So this is what my art studio normally looks like. I thought I'd show you the before because, let's be honest, I am not an organized person. I'm a creative person. So I constantly have mess on the go and drawers open and paint out and projects. And as you can see, my desk here is jammed full of stuff I have to reorganize and put away. And Millie is in her little spot down there. And I usually have a art project on the go, which is this moose right now I'm working on. He's big. He's 4 feet by 3 feet, I believe. And I put my other art down here. And then of course I have art down in storage downstairs. So I wanted to show you the before. You can see how messy it is. The floor is not finished and the trim on the window is not finished. But I do have a door now, so that's good news. And I will show you the after, which hopefully looks a little better. Okay, so I have tidied and organized my studio as much as I can. It's a little bit tidier and a little bit more organized, but I am using pieces of furniture that were given to me or free, and an old Costco table. This desk here is something I want to paint and reuse. So I don't have any of the furniture that I would really like to have. I'm just using up what I do have. And this is my little spot where I create my paintings. And these here are just some abstract pieces I've been working on, just kind of playing in a book. And she's a painting I did a couple of years ago. And then there's another one behind her. I don't know if I can move that without everything falling. But this was a collection I did. Let me just move this right out of the way. Hang on a second. Of what I called Fierce Women. And I really love these two paintings. So these two are two I want to hang in my studio. And just prop the stuff back up. I want to hang them. I have some wall space. As you can see, the ceilings are pretty high. So I would like to eventually put some sort of board in here, like a mood board or a creative board, and then some of my art on the walls. I do have a beautiful view out my windows, which I love. No trim yet and no flooring, but that will come. So let me just walk you through here and try not to move too much. So here's my little caddy. It's got some washi tape, miscellaneous things at the bottom, and my tools, just some pens and some of my paper tools in here. So this I can roll around if I need to. Then I have my sewing machine. I have some sketches and file folders of drawings and things that I'm working on. This is my basket of goodies. It's kind of scrap lace and bits and pieces. And I used to keep them in a drawer, but now I keep them on the table because I'm really into the lacy stuff. My camera cut out there, sorry. So I'm really into the lacy stuff. And then here is some bits and pieces that I was using because I'm working on a sculpture right now for a workshop that I have to do on Monday, sorry. So I'm just working on her. It's just a little heron here, a crane. Just notice the spot. So she's made out of tinfoil, tape, wire, a piece of wood, and some tissue paper and glue. And we're gonna create some really fun textures with it. And I'm really liking her so far. I have her neck kind of twisting here for some interest. So that's why my studio is going to get no more organized or cleaner than this, because I'm constantly trying to produce new stuff. So to keep the studio clean and organized is difficult for me, but I'm doing my best here. This guy goes up here. These are my little watercolors. So moving on, I have my current projects that I'm working on. I have the books that I've ripped apart or pages that I'm using. Now these shelves I just put in. They are just a piece of, I think it's 10 by 10 inches wide, and I think this is just over 4 feet, and this is 4 feet. So 4.5 feet, I guess. And it's just material that I had kicking around from construction, and I've used some 2x4s to hold it up. Nothing screwed together. Again, my whole studio is very temporary. I'd like to get a new desk. I want to get one of those desks that raise up and down because I find sitting for too long hurts my hips. And this is pretty darn organized for me. Again, more space up here. I'd like to hang stuff, some inspiration. Maybe a shelf up there with some journals on it. So these are my beads and my jewelry making stuff. And then some washi tape of the stuff I use most of. Those are just old books that are waiting for their turn to be revamped. This is my pile of finished things. So this is something I need to figure out how to store and organize much better. But right now it's just a tub. And then once I get too many, they go in my surprise Etsy boxes. So I kind of keep the flow moving. These are cards, envelopes, stickers, kind of like these little booklets for, this is from your creative studios, for easy reach, some playing cards, tape that I made, and more of those books. So a bit hard to show you, but you get the idea. These are pieces of paper that I have folded in potential signatures or finished signatures like this guy that need a cover. So I kind of make journals backwards these days, where I do the guts first and then the cover. It just seems to work for me. So there's that. Just throw that back up there. And then down the bottom, this is all the little watercolor doodles I do. So I could just pull these out and use them in my journals or inspire me to paint more. These are the punches I use the most. So I just keep those at hand. And everything is reach from my desk. When I'm sitting here filming, there's my little overhead. And I'll show you why sometimes the videos, they shake. Because this desk, this Costco desk, is not very solid. But there's the little camera mount for my phone. So everything's at arm's length here, which is perfect. And then I've got these little drawers for little bits and pieces that are small and I don't want to lose. This is something I just did last night, using up the scraps to clean up my desk for this video. These are the stamps I use the most. So they're just in an old baking tin. I love the vintage vibe of those. Stapler, paper towel for watercolor. Back up here is glue and tapes. So they're nice and handy. Again, in an old baking tin, another old baking tin. This holds my inks. And down here, these are my little bits and pieces that I try to keep separated to help me do clusters. I'm still trying to figure out how I want these sorted. I don't have a huge collection of this sort of thing. Some people have all kinds of different bits and pieces, but this is all I have. And a lot of it I make myself. I stamped myself, like I carve a stamp to use. These I took out of a file folder and made. These are digital prints. These are things from your creative studios, little bits that come in a little kind of cigarette box. These are fabrics that I have stamped, and little clusters of paper I've stapled together. And this one is kind of assorted numbers. The idea is trying to keep my numbers separate because I use them so much. And those just sit tucked under here. So I'm really pleased with how these shelves worked out. I really like the idea of just elevating the space, because before I had it all the way around, and I don't like anything on this part of the window because it casts shadows in my workspace, and I want a full view. I mean, as you can see, it's beautifully white out there right now. So that is my solution for keeping things that I need close by without overcluttering my desk. I used to have my sewing machine here, and I do miss it being here. So I might dabble in trying to figure something out there. That is my electric, what is it called? Pencil sharpener. And these little books here are kind of near and dear to me. These are my inspirational books. These are the ones that I get a lot of sketch inspiration from. So I keep them close by when I'm not sure what I want to do. I'm in a creative funk. I just pull these out, and they are just so beautiful and lovely that I wanted to share you with them, because there's just so much potential in these just to get my creative juices flowing. Now I forgot to show you just the end here. These are my scraps. I love having my scraps close by because this seems to be my go-to when I'm in the mood to create. So I sort my scraps right now with neutrals, because that's what I mostly work with. So I have neutral textures with prints, and then I have plain neutrals. Then I have ripped out images from books or digital black and white printouts that I can use for things. Let's see, try and grab one here. So those are colored, but they're supposed to be black and white. So just anything like that goes in here for a focal point, like I showed you over here with these little ones, little focal points. Now I have a couple of bigger ones to use. And then this scrap pile is different textured papers. So anything with a little bit of interest to build up some texture and things like that, I throw in this one. So I just wanted to show you that before we moved on. And what I love is I just slip these on top. I got these little baskets. I wanted all white, but they didn't have enough. So I got a couple of pink, and I just got them from Staples, Canada here. And they just slide right under the board, which makes me very happy. And another thing I really like about this setup is I can only keep so many, sorry, I got paint on my finger. I can only keep so many scraps before I can't shove them in. So once that happens, I do things like these kind of master boards. Hopefully that's in focus. And then it gives me more room to store more scraps. Doesn't really solve the problem, but does get the juices flowing, and then I have something that I can work with whenever I'm ready to move on to something a little bit more creative. Okay, so now I come to these guys. Now these are old furnitures that I've just kind of claimed through the years and using right now. I'll back up a little bit. They're high, right? They take up the wall, which I don't like. I want a full kind of workspace all the way around these two walls. But for now, this is working for me. So up here's my spray paints. My furniture paints are in here. My rusting agents, all my fine art type things as well are in there. This drawer is full of like crafty stuff, wood crafts and stuff. I'm not going to bother opening that one because it's so full. This one has kind of random stuff in it. I've got my light box, which I haven't used in a long time actually, and then my inks, not ink, sorry, my wax, and then I've got my gold foil in here, and extra tape that I'm always using for workshops. And that's one of my biggest challenges with how much I have. Because I teach workshops, I don't have like 2 pairs of scissors. I have 15 pairs of scissors. So I have to find room to store all that. These are my special pads. So different kinds of papers, tissue paper, sketchbooks, watercolor pads, all kinds of goodies in here. Some have been used, as you can see, but this is where I store them nice and flat. And then down here, I'll try and open this. I usually need 2 hands to move this one. Oh. That one is jam-packed full of paints. My acrylic paints are in here. And then also I have to reorganize this a little bit. It's got my additional glues, extra tape, things like that. So it's jammed. They're buried under here. Staples. All my journaling stuff is mixed in here, and I need to find another spot for that, for the overflow. So as you can see, it's full. I'm just gonna shove it. Let's see if I can get this one open. So this one is extra papers. So when I go to the thrift shop or I finish a watercolor pad, I keep the background. Papers, envelopes. What else have I got in here? Oh, I have these stickers that I got for a workshop that are left over. Some digitals that I printed from other people. Just beautiful. I haven't used yet. Some of my own digitals. And just a random selection of papers and things like this are in here. So, and a couple of books by the looks of it. So I didn't overly organize my drawers for this video because again, my studio is not set up the exact way I want it. It's just set up for functionality right now, not aesthetics. So there's the 15 pairs of scissors in the bag I sewed, some extra knives. That is my laminator, my paper cutter, and these are just some rolls of paper I picked up at the thrift shop. This is so pretty. Thinking I might even put that on my walls somewhere. And other paper trimmers, papers, I can't remember what those are called, like a cooking paper, like a wax paper. Okay, so that's that. As you can see, I'm finding more. Okay, there's some books that I keep handy for some references. And over here is a little bit of a mess. I'm still trying to figure out. These are extra paints from my workshop that I teach. Here's the, try not to move too quick. There's the portable, when I do like a paint night and teach people to paint a painting in a few hours. That's the little caddy I take with me. So these are overflow on paints. These are some leftover cards that I have. They usually go in my Etsy surprise box as well. So it's like a set of 10. And these are my drawings I did. A set of, I think, 12 farm animals. I really enjoyed that series. That was pencil crayon that I did. These are just twines and things that I might use for workshops. That one is kind of jammed. It's also got twine and wire. And the bottom one has glue guns and glue sticks. Up here are extra canvases that I use. I recycle the canvas once I've taught on it. Some paintings. And some empty canvases. I don't even know what's up here. There's a Christmas one. So then I have back here, jammed in here, is tissue paper. That is a cutter for Matt. And I think there's a couple of pads of paper in there. And this stuff just kind of fell out of there while I was doing something. This old dresser I love. I need to fix it. The veneer's coming off. But this is my sewing dresser. So here is some lace that I have left and some straps for making bags and things. Because I do like to make bags. I don't think I have any out right now that I can show you. Sewing stuff, lace, trims. Ooh, and it's getting pretty full, which is another reason I started those journals. Start using up some of my stash. And then some fabrics. And the fabrics just go the next 2 drawers down. All right, up here on the shelves, so this blue piece is the top for this blue piece. But I put it over here to maximize the closet space as much as possible. Again, no trim and no doors on the closet at this point. Eventually. Up there is glitter, assorted crafts up in this one. Pencil, crayons, my iron, and my buttons. And then this is pastels. This is acrylic markers and brushes. This is my brushes, and I have a lot of old brushes. It's really weird. My husband's like, why are you keeping all these? Because a lot of them are very rough. Let's see if I can show you what I mean, like rough. raffle brushes. But when you're painting, you know, acrylics and, hang on, let me just get this back up here. I'm holding the camera and moving this stuff at the same time. Sorry. You need different brushes, and I can't throw them out. Oil paints, glass paint, watercolors, and down here, scrapbook pages. This is my Christmas journal, all my Christmas stuff jammed in one. This is my color scraps, so not always close by me because I don't always work in color, so they stay here. I'll just put them here for now because I can't get them back in. And these are just papers that I've collected. So this I obviously bought. This is the one I like to coffee dye. And these are all basically just things I get from the thrift shop. So like folders, things like this, papers, paper pads. So you can see they even have the thrift sticker on them. That's how I kind of store them and stash them. And then when I'm in the mood to work on a project, I'll just come and pull something from here. Also in here are my Etsy surprise boxes. I have 4 right now. And once they're ordered, I ship them out. So I pre-pack everything. And these are, that's the surprise box supplies. So like I said, from the desk, when I have too much, I'll add it to this box. And then when I'm ready, once these 4 sell out, I'll stock 5 more. And then these boxes are my cards. So I can't really get to them because they're really heavy, but if you can see, that's the Clementine the cow that I showed you earlier. And these are my box of printed cards. All right, in here, these are my sculpture mediums. I used to make life-size garden fairies, and this is called PowerTex. It's a fabulous product that hardens fabric. Here's a couple of images I put in of some sculptures I've done in the past. And I really love this PowerTex product. It is so fun to use, and you can create some really beautiful sculptures. My mom used to say these were creepy. But, you know, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I sure loved making them. So just to give you an idea on that product. So if you ever want to try a sculpture, I recommend PowerTex. And over here, that's the only picture I've hung. Over here is my finished journals. So the journals I keep here. And then the journals I finished that I don't keep go in those surprise boxes. So there's a couple of journals I can't part with. They're just too special. These ones, I'm not fully sold on keeping those yet. But some of these I just love, and I use them. So keep those. This is my watercolor books that I have shown you. That's another journal. The watercolor books we've done workshops in on YouTube here. This is my gardening book. I have to update that, but the garden's moving again, so I might not update it this year. These are books that I've gotten secondhand that I plan on using up. Some table covers there and some random papers in here too. These are my old calendars. These are all that did not sell. Sorry, this is a shelf. I can't decide whether or not I want it up. But these are one of my calendars I printed a couple of years ago. I really was proud of these. And I sold quite a few of them. And I planned on using I think I have 7 or maybe 8 left. I plan on reusing the paper, right? Like I don't want to just toss the paper out. Like how cute, right? And then the thing itself had little bits of image in it. I was quite proud of these. Sorry, this is like the worst camera angles. There's the donkey. I really loved making these drawings. And these are just pencil crayons, so you can see close up the pencil. Just super fun to draw. And I was really into the farm animals back then. So these are the ones that I did. Those are I don't know if that's in focus. Full page, and then the Christmas cow. He was so cute. little cats, and I loved it. So, anywho, that's that. And I think that's it. And there's the way in. So I finally have a door. That's good news. What else is there? This is not being used yet, this dresser. There's nothing in it. And behind here is a couple more books and stuff I want to hang. So I don't want to hang it until I get the furniture I want. And right now, as you can see, I need flooring. I need trim throughout the whole house. So there will be no rush for fancy furniture at this time. But I've turned it into what I think is a relatively functional space. I am blessed to have a room to myself. So happy that when we built this house, I claimed this room, and it's the smallest room. It's only, I think it's 10 by 12. So it's not huge. You know, it'd be like a nursery toddler room, so to speak, or an office. But it's perfect for me, and I really love it. So hope you enjoyed the tour. And that's the Creative Cove tour. So thanks for joining me today. Take care, everyone. Bye.